I live in jeans and t-shirts and jumpers, and at the moment I keep opening my wardrobe hoping for something a bit more put together to jump out at me, and it never does. So I need to make some. I need to make some woven blouses. So here are my top 5 woven blouse patterns to pair with jeans. I don't think you can go wrong with jeans and a nice top for almost any occasion. Going to the cinema, going out with friends. Jeans and a nice top just makes you feel comfortable, but also a little bit put together. Number 1 is the Hailey shirt from Experimental Space, which is actually one that I have made. And I have made this twice and I love it. This is definitely worth a look. If you make it in like a cotton with these sleeves, it does feel a bit more like a shirt than a blouse. I feel like shirts always have sleeves, collars and buttons down the front, whereas a blouse can be a little bit more versatile. Floatier fabrics, different sleeves. Maybe it goes over your head, maybe it has buttons, maybe it has a collar, maybe it doesn't. Pretty much any woven top could be considered a blouse. And this has a few different options. So the one that I have made so far is the shirt style, but I love the option of a flutter sleeve as well in like a floaty viscose, which just look really, really beautiful. One thing I love about this pattern is it suggests to make it as just a plain shirt, but if you then want a bit more shaping, at the end it says to try it on. If you feel you want a bit more shaping, add some French darts. No, not French darts, open-ended darts to the front and the back bodice. And that just brings it in a little bit and gives it a little bit more of a, one of those, you know, just a little bit sleeker. It also has a cute little flutter cap sleeve, or no sleeves at all, just a simple blouse. It's beautiful. The size range is awesome as well. It goes from an Ava up to a Mia, which is a 33.5 inch full bust to a 57.5 inch full bust. So really great range of sizes. Really good pattern. I definitely recommend it. The Balka dress and top from Wardrobe by Me. We had this pattern in the SewHayleyJane luxury boxes back in the spring. It's beautiful. I definitely prefer the top version to the dress version from my body shape. It's so beautiful. It's got a real floaty, bohemian, festivally, hippie-ish kind of vibe. I can see this looking gorgeous in like a viscose linen, something with a little bit more structure to hold the shape of these beautiful big sleeves. I love that the sleeves become the side panels of the bodice. And then a lot of the blouse patterns I've chosen have sort of a gathered peplum skirt to them, and I will tell you why. I really like blouses, tops that look like they're not supposed to be tucked in. A lot of tops that I've seen lately are beautiful, and I have made some of them. The Anna Allen Anthea blouse, the Friday Pattern Company Sagebrush, the Patina, things like that. They're all really beautiful, but I feel like they look better tucked into jeans, and I have tried to get on board with tucking things in, and I just can't. I know it's supposed to make you look a little bit more cinched in and define your waist, but I feel whilst it does define my waist, it also accentuates my tummy, and that's not something that I feel comfortable in. So why am I trying? Why am I trying to do this thing when actually I just want to make things that look better, not tucked in, and then they just float. They come in under my bust and they float out and make me feel amazing. Because at the end of the day, if we're making our own clothes, we should feel amazing in them. We shouldn't feel like we have to style it in this certain way because that's what everyone else is doing. So the Balka dress is gorgeous. It goes from a 0 to 24, which is measurements 30-inch bust up to a 50-inch bust, 33-inch hip up to a 53-inch hip. As someone who is, well, I have larger boobs, but comparatively my hips are even bigger. So I'm always like 4 sizes different between my bust and my hips, and that's a lot of grading. If I'm going for a pattern like this First of all, I don't think it's going to need a whole lot of grading anyway, but I just have to grade between my bust and my waist. And then because it's got a gathered peplum, I don't really need to do that much grading because there's a lot of extra fabric, a lot of ease anyway. So I really appreciate that. Next up is a PDF pattern with an amazing 14 different variations. It is the Nina Lee Holland Park dress and top. It's quite a new pattern. It is stunning. It's so pretty. It really hits those cottagecore vibes that I am loving at the moment. And it says on the pattern description, you could just as easily wear it to the farmer's market, strolling through a meadow, or just comfortably crafting at home. This pattern comes in 2 different size bands, a 6 to 20 or a 16 to 28, I think it is, which goes up to a 57-inch hip. I really love, I think I've mentioned this before a few times, I really love it when there's 2 different size bands that cross over, that there's a bit of crossing over. I've made some patterns before where it goes from one size to this size and then this size to this size, and there's no crossover. And as I have already mentioned, I have a smaller, my bust is at the larger end of the smaller size range, and then my hips are at the smaller end of the larger size range usually. So if there's a crossing over, perfect. If there's not, it's a bit of a pickle. I think there's 7 different sleeve or strap variations. You've got a tie strap, you've got an elastic strap, then you've got a little puff sleeve, a longer puff sleeve, sleeve with like elastic throughout to give it a real like voluminous, dramatic effect. Absolutely stunning. It cinches in at the waist with 3 elastic channels, and you can either make it as a top version or a dress. So there's so many different things to play around with here. I also really love on the version with sleeves, the shape of the neckline just looks really pretty. This would look gorgeous in a really floaty fabric like a viscose or a crepe, or something a bit more structured like a cotton lawn or a linen to hold the puff of the sleeves would be beautiful. But yes, the Nina Lee Holland Park dress and top is really, really stunning. Next up is a pattern that has been on my to make list since it came out, I think a couple of years ago now, and it is the Closet Core NYX dress and top. It says inject a little bit of bohemian glamour into your wardrobe, and it really does hit that nail on the head. I would love to make the blouse in all the versions, and the dress especially is going to look stunning in almost any fabrics. The blouse I think would look really gorgeous made in like a sheer fabric, maybe for the festive season would look really lovely. The dress, I am definitely seeing this in those autumn vibes, boots, a chunky cardigan, a hat of some kind. I'm definitely channeling Stevie Nicks, which the pattern was named after with this one. Absolutely stunning. This pattern has an incredible size range. You can get the 0 to 20 as either print or PDF, or you can get 14 to 32, I think it is, in PDF only. And the size 32 goes up to a 74.5-inch hip. So that is an amazing size range. So it's the most inclusive pattern I think I've ever seen. Absolutely gorgeous. And it will just suit, I feel like this will suit so many different body shapes. Definitely highly recommend this one. I need to get this made this year. My final blouse pattern is the one that is currently on my sewing table, the Tilly and the Buttons Nell dress and top. This went into August SewHayleyJane luxury boxes along with a beautiful crafty pie rainbow viscose gingham, which is what I am making it from. This pattern has been inspired, as have a lot of patterns this summer, by the designer top, the Garni blouse, which is a tie front blouse. Everyone's been recreating it and it is gorgeous. However, the tie front style maybe isn't quite for me. I've seen a few. The flare from Fabric Godmother is lovely as well, but I don't like the high neckline on that one. I love that this is a V neckline and that there are a few other options with it. So you can do button front all the way down. You probably could do button front just to the under the bust and then just have the skirt all the way around. Maybe. I need to think about that one. But you've also got a few different sleeve options as well. So there is a straight short sleeve, a straight longer sleeve, bracelet length they call it, a flutter sleeve, which is the one I'm going for, and a puffball sleeve, which is really, really cute. And like I said, you can also have ties down the front or buttons, which is what I'm going for because there are so many cute buttons to be had out there at the moment. So why not add some buttons? Again, Tilly and the Buttons have extended their size range. So this goes from a size 1 to a 15, which is a 30-inch bust up to a 60-inch bust, or a 33-inch hip up to a 61-inch hip. Again, there's a lot of ease in this particular blouse. There's a lot of ease all round. It doesn't come in. What I think I might do with this, if I was to make this as the dress, is to add some ties at the waist seams to tie it up at the back, or at the front. Looks quite cute as well, and that gives a little extra shaping if you would like it. Otherwise, it's super floaty, super easy, really comfortable to wear all the time. So those are my top 5 blouse patterns that I am planning to sew over the coming months. Let me know in the comments below if there are any blouse patterns that you particularly love, or if you're going to give one of these a go. Don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all really soon.